government has called out the national reserves as civil unrest grips the nation this evening. 41 people have been arrested island-wide today in the worst case of civil unrest to rock Jamaica in many years.
Food and major commodities run low as Jamaicans remain locked inside. Several persons have been shot and injured or killed.
Shortly after 3, a single bullet pierced the chest of the 25-year-old expectant mother as she stood at the intersection of Grand Spin and Shortwood Roads. Her family was tugging at her lifeless body.
Hospitals, airlines and vendors hurting from the wound of violent protests. A team from the IMF, which is currently in Jamaica, is wrapping up a 4-day visit for a technical assessment of the country's financial situation.
The issue is to make globalization work for the benefit of all. There will not be a good future for the rich if there is no prospect for a better future for the poor.
Stay tuned to the details on these and other stories after the break. Baskin-Robbins, where the world goes for ice cream.
Rich man's wealth is in the city. Oh, destruction of the poor is our poverty. Lord, destruction of our soul is vanity. Well, do you hear? Not to dread wonder if you will. Whoa, I and I, we want to rule our destiny. Oh yeah, I and I, Jah will make you rule our destiny.
So the system set it, you know. For if them don't have you fighting against yourself, them go have trouble. For if them see you unite within yourself, them know so for them all get slacker. But when them can't get you struggling among yourself, them all is tighter. And that is all them set it.
If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be to him as a usurer, neither shalt thou lay upon him usury. If thou at all take thy neighbor's raiment to pledge, thou shalt deliver it unto him. By that the sun goeth down.
Richest countries in the world. Now them a have a little meeting, and them a plan to keep and oppress the poor. So them have a little meeting.
We would like to take this opportunity to extend a very warm welcome to all visitors to our beautiful island. We do hope you'll enjoy your stay here.
These countries want to stay on top, so they'll find any way. Third world people like but a small price to be paid.
If you come to Jamaica as a tourist, this is what you will see. If you come by airplane, you will certainly land in Montego Bay and certainly not in Kingston.
Welcome to Jamaica. What's all this must do? We're glad that you joined us. We'll be waiting for you. Welcome to Jamaica. Turn you and home. Welcome to Jamaica. Please feel you your own. We're proud of Jamaica.
You are thinking of the hard and cold and long days you spent working, earning money so that you could stay in this place, Jamaica, where the sun must always shine, where the climate is deliciously hot and dry, at least for the 4 to 10 days you will stay here. You are indifferent to the fact that you can enter this country simply by showing your driver's license. You are indifferent to this fact because you can travel anywhere. The thought that a citizen of Jamaica would have to give an exhaustive account of how and why they have lived to visit your native country must never cross your mind. Since you're a tourist, you did not travel with stacks of cardboard boxes containing much-needed cheap clothes and food for relatives.
What do you have in your bags?
That has nothing to do with counting them, my dear.
You move through customs swiftly. You move through customs with ease. Your bags are not searched. On your way out of the airport, you stop to make an exchange of money.
Make it 250. Thank you. 20, please. How are you?
You are excited by the large sheaf of Jamaican dollars you get in exchange for your $20.
You're gonna get 1,850. 1,850. I feel rich right now. How much does it cost for a shirt down here? An average. How much does it cost for a T-shirt down here?
You have not yet been to a shop to see how little your large sheaf of money can buy. It would not occur to you that the weakness of your newly traded money is a result of many devaluations imposed by the International Monetary Fund.
The International Monetary Fund, the IMF, is urging Jamaica to reverse the declining fiscal deficit as a catalyst for economic growth.
To understand the International Monetary Fund, it is best to go back to history. We come to 1944. The war is coming near to an end. The Allies were determined not to have the war finish and end up in the mess of the 1930s.
At Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, delegates from 44 allied and associate countries arrived for the opening of the United Nations Monetary and Financial Conference.
The key institution set up was the International Monetary Fund. And the purpose of the fund was to have a bank they could turn to for short-term borrowing to serve the short-term trading interests of the winners of the war.
United States Treasury Secretary Morgenthau heads the American delegation. To be discussed are plans for the stabilization of world currencies.
Same time they set up the World Bank to provide capital for the rebuilding of Europe. You have to remember what we now know as the Third World didn't exist. There were a few major powers, each of which had a large empire. We had no voice, we had no presence, you just were part of somebody else's power structure. You ask whose interest? Ask the question, who set it up?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, once again, pleasant evening and welcome to my island home, Jamaica. Now, you'll realize that we drive on the left-hand side of the road. Might seem wrong, but the right side is suicide. Alright, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Feel free to ask any questions. I am Carrie, and this is your driver, Spin Letter. Coming up on the left-hand side, we have Sandos Royal Jamaica. Right here, we have the Butch Stewart, who is the sole owner.
You are driving on a road, and it is called the Queen's Highway. When it was built, we were ruled over by something called a queen. We do not have a queen anymore.
We have our very old McDonald's, Baskin Robbins, right on the right-hand side, I beg your pardon. So hey, we have it also in Old if you want to ever go for ice cream. So there you see, McDonald's.
When we wished for independence from Great Britain, we had something else in mind. We cannot now remember what that was. So you could imagine how I felt when one day driving on the Queen's Highway I asked myself, is the Jamaica that I see before me self-ruled, a worse off place than it was when dominated by the bad-minded English?
My government in the United Kingdom has laid down its responsibilities and has ceased to have any authority in and over Jamaica after more than 300 years.
One love, oh Lord, one heart, oh, let's join together.
Countries like Jamaica found that when they became free, they soon were in every kind of financial problem because they didn't have the economic strength to, shall we say, make it on their own. They needed time.